how did you begin with the spirituality?
I had a spiritual awakening, literally, when I was 22 years old. I was suffering a lot from a relationship and I was crying in my bed, and I felt like someone doing like this in my head. And 1 year before of this, I was thinking a lot about my grandfather who passed away 20 years ago, and it was him who awakened me. Because after this, I began to have thoughts. Specifically, I began to think, in this world I am protected and it is my grandfather who is protecting me. And I was shocked and I was like, what am I doing thinking this? And after this, everything in my life changed. All synchronicities began to happen, people, books, situations, places, and I felt a huge expansion of life, of living. I became more sensitive, the hearing, the taste, the visuality, I don't know, everything becomes more sensitive. It's like the veil between the two worlds, it falls suddenly.
So you were more awake or more open to all these things?
Yeah, it's not that I wasn't before, but I was not awake. So I began to be conscious of my personal power. Of course, you have to work on it a lot because because if you want to learn something completely new without any kind of manipulation from society, family, school, you need to remove all these thoughts and then introduce new ones. So it's a shock. There's some people that they have spiritual awakenings and they don't know how to manage this, and they can have disorders, mental disorders like schizophrenia or psychosis, or I don't know, but if you are ready to receive this and you know how to manage, it's just amazing. So I began to meditate. I didn't even know how to meditate, so I began to look for information, books, read. I was reading a lot. And also the universe put in your pathway people that knows more about you, so they are like masters for you in that moment, which is a gift. And also you know that you are in the right way.
And you met them? You met this kind of people?
Like with any expectations, like suddenly, for example, I was working in a shop and people just began to appear, clients, colleagues, boyfriend that I had, he gave me a lot of information. He told me a lot about the multi-dimension. He was someone important in this process, and after the years, even if the relationship didn't end up well, I was super grateful to him because I realized that he was kind of a key. So I began to meditate, and in one of the meditations I felt that my hands were pumping energy. Like I felt that I had 2 fireballs in my hand, and I met a friend. She's a holistic psychologist, and she asked for me a few questions to the Akashic Records. Basically, she opened my Akashic Records, which was the first time, and she told me that she saw my hands with a lot of light and that I had to do Reiki.
And what happened this day when you did the meditation and you felt your hand like this? What happened to you? What do you feel? What was in your mind at this time?
I surrendered to all what I could experience and feel. I just surrendered, and I was observing everything that was happening inside myself and through all my body. So that's why I was feeling even more and more and more, because I didn't resist to any of what it happened. Even if after you experience as well bad situations, because there's not only light, there's also darkness, and to see the light we have to experience darkness before, and it was hard, but I just, for being in the moment that I am right now, I would do it again. Yes, I opened so much my 8th chakra that a bad entity came in, and it was quite annoying because I was beginning with all of this and I didn't know to
Manage?
To manage and to know the difference between good energy and bad energy. So, but yeah, the situation became a little bit annoying, and I had to go to a medium, and she helped me to remove this bad entity. So yeah, I think it's also good to have this kind of experiences, so it makes you stronger and it gives you knowledge to manage this. And after all of this, I went to live to England, and there I began to channel. I didn't even know how to channel, what was channeling. I was just doing it and I didn't know what was I doing, but I was meditating a lot, and I felt that I needed to write. So I began to write so many things, and they were like predictions. 1 year later I was reading them, and they were kind of human collective predictions. Also personal channelings. I began to connect with my guides, my masters. The third eye expands a lot, so you can see the energy, you can see the colors, and you can see the guides that are next to you.